And we're back. We are back to do NXT. We were almost into a groove. We almost had a schedule down, and then we didn't do TNA yesterday, and it ruined the whole entire schedule. And it's all DJ's fault. Blame it all on DJ because he's muted and he can't argue when he's muted. On DJ, it's all his fault because it is. But anyway.
Not my fault.
We got our NXT review, like I said. Pretty good show. Wasn't the best, but it has been, getting better. The except for last week, the past couple weeks have been really kind of, jobber heavy, and it felt like they weren't building anything. But it feels like last week and this week they're starting to build storylines and feuds again, and we're not seeing as many pointless jobber matches. I mean, obviously we still got a couple, but it feels like we're really building up to the next takeover, which is exciting. So to open up the show, there was a video package. I didn't really write really anything about it. Did you have any thoughts on the opening video package? I don't even remember what it was. Was it Simone?
No. No, I can't remember what it was either.
I want to say it was Joe and Finn, maybe. I think. Anyway, so we open up with Blake and Murphy versus Austin Aries and an opponent of his choosing, which ended up being Shinsuke Nakamura. I was excited for this match last week, but I felt like this was way too early in the show. I felt like, they were trying to build this up. So why wouldn't you? It doesn't have to be the main event, but I felt like it should have been later on the card, not, opening the show because, it doesn't, then the buildup is just ended there. But this match was completely unfair. Completely unfair. Okay. Alexa, she deserves a good team. A good team that's going to get her wins. A team like me and DJ. Or just me. That would work too. Or just, because I can work for two. I can hot tag myself. I can break the pin myself. Yeah, I can do it all. And I would not let her down. I wouldn't let her down like Blake and Murphy do. They all the time. But no, this was a good match. It was exciting seeing Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura teaming up together. DJ trying to figure out all the math in his mind how I would do a match all by myself, but I'm just that good. I'm just that good. But anyway, after the match, Alexa left Blake and Murphy kind of high and dry, basically. And then Blake left Murphy. So that was very interesting. I was, I was, thinking maybe they're going to break them up. Maybe, hopefully they were going to break them up because like we've been saying the past couple months, they're not really developing anything as character-wise with them together. So if they broke them up and, worked on them as singles competitors, maybe we would, get more out of at least Blake and Murphy. I mean, we have a lot with Alexa Bliss, and we obviously want to see her, go in her singles career, go for the women's title eventually. But this definitely made things kind of more interesting at the end of the match. What did you think of the match? Or me, teaming with myself?
So first off, teaming, so that's two, and then you're gonna be by yourself, so then that's one. Then the tag, but then you can't tag yourself. And then anyway, but this match I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I watched this on my computer, so I didn't have my computer with me. So I actually wrote notes on paper for once. So if I look down, that's what it is. But this match, I definitely enjoyed it. It was cool seeing Nakamura team with Austin Aries. And still, I was kind of like, but what's the plan with Blake and Murphy, and then with the whole situation that they're going through now, I guess they're going with a breakup, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think they could definitely do some good things in their singles careers if they give them characters, because sometimes WWE likes to keep you in your tag team character and say good luck, we'll see what happens, but and then people get mad at you for it, but um I don't know. I'm just wondering what they're gonna do with Blake and Murphy. And obviously we get it. We get it with Alexa, because Alexa, Nia, kind of Bayley, and I'll say Bayley, Alexa, Nia, Bayley, and Carmella are kind of the main four, kind of roaming around the title right now. So that clears that up a little bit too. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, I'm surprised you even watched the match, since Alexa was out there.
I mean,
man,
I saw bits and pieces of the match.
Alexa, she cute, she cute, but but I'm just wondering what they're gonna do. If are they gonna do a feud and then not finish it because tag teams break up and then they. Sorry, they did the Ty Dillinger. Jason, I still want that. I'm still waiting, but I wonder if they're gonna do a feud.
You know how I feel.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do anything with them, like as singles guys, or are they gonna put them in another tag team? I don't know. There's a lot of questions now with this. We had a segment later. I didn't want to get to it because I felt like you were gonna talk about it at some point. So.
I mean, we can talk about that, I guess.
All right.
We did have a sort of backstage segment where basically she kind of, drops the losers, the dead weight. The segment started like they were still together, and then, she was like, what, I'm done with you guys. I'm basically, going off on her own. And then it leaves them together kind of, confused. What do we do now? But even that was kind of confusing because, Blake walked down on Murphy earlier. So why it was just a little, I don't know if you felt like it was a little bit confusing, but I did, just with that little part. But, I'm excited, just to see what they do with this. If they do try to break them up or do some sort of storyline with them. I think anything that, helps their characters a little bit is a good thing. Because like we've been saying, like I said before, they haven't developed their characters at all. Blake and Murphy, Alexa, obviously, we've been seeing more and more from her. I feel like she had the most development in this whole time of Blake and Murphy than, Blake and Murphy did. We don't know much more about Blake and Murphy than we did when they first started teaming together. We know a lot more about Alexa Bliss than we do. So, maybe if, just as long as they develop their characters, I'll be happy with it. But any thoughts on that, the segment later on?
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting segment. Finally, it seemed like eventually they were going to hit that breaking point, and they finally did. It was funny because and you're gonna get mad at me for this, but she talked about how she's done so much for the tag team, and don't get me wrong, she does bring my eyes to the tag team, or her, at least in the tag team, but I feel like she was like, I've done so much for you, and all you guys have done to let me down, or something like that, and I was like, but what have you really done? I think you may have got him one title shot. I mean, I mean, what did she really do? Like they had to pick her up. She was getting heavier. Sometimes she might have been binge eating because she was stressed. She, but 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 in all seriousness, though, I was really like, what has she done? Like I know she's giving them title shots, gotten them like one title shot at one point or something. She got them like their rematch for the titles, which they already had in their contract, I might add. Sorry, but I'm just wondering, what did she do? She may have brought more eyes to the tag team, But really, she didn't bring any eyes to the tag team. She brought eyes to herself. She's selfish. She's selfish, Casey. Anyway. Um, I'm just wondering, what has she done? And two, I'm wondering which side is she? Because I feel like she's gonna stay with one of them, maybe as a valet or manager or something. So like, which side is she gonna take? Is she gonna take Blake or Murphy? I don't know which one is her actual boyfriend in real life, so they may go that route. But Casey just talked about how she done everything because she's hot, and that's not.
First of all, she is not fat. How dare you? How dare you insinuate that she's fat?
Wait a minute. Speaking of fat, I'm just wondering how long it took Justin to get up off the floor, because you said she dropped a loser. So
anyway, but she has done. First of all, she got them that rematch, that they wouldn't have gotten anyway, because WWE likes to forget about rematch clauses. They don't care. Secondly, there's so much more that she's done. Every time they have to go to a house show in a different city, she's the one that books their hotel. She's the one that books the ride. She's the one that does all this stuff. She's the one that deals with all of their management stuff. She does everything. And she is beautiful. She is just the most beautiful, gorgeous, just anyway, did I mention she's hot? Moving on. We got an interview with Bayley talking about how, she's not afraid of Nia Jax. She's not afraid. She's ready. She is ready, even though she still let her number one fan down. And I don't think we can. I still don't think we can get past that. I really don't. But DJ, did you look into her eyes? Did you look into her eyes and see any fear?
When Bayley's on my screen, there's always a lot of looking into the eyes, because you gotta notice the eyes before you notice anything else. Because if you don't, you're a sexist pig and all that stuff. So you gotta look into the eyes first, and that's what I do. I look right into the eyes, like right in them, Actually, look in one eye, because sometimes if you look in both, they kind of catch you a weird angle, and then your eye can't see. Anyway, I like this though. I did. I did. Shut up. I did. I liked it a lot. I like hearing Bayley talk. I do think, I'm wondering still what they're doing with her too. I like the dynamic with her and Nia Jax, because it's like, she's trying to get back to the title. So, and Nia Jax was close to beating her, but she still got beat. So, give her that redemption match. But I'm wondering what the plan is for Bayley, because I think we've all been thinking she might come up on the main roster, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think they're stuck in kind of a rebuilding period now, where they're trying to, like we said in the video the other day, they're trying to use Finn Balor still in NXT to kind of build up the men's division in NXT. And they're still trying to use Bayley to rebuild or to build up the women's division, which is unfortunately the downfall of bringing so many guys that we wanted to the main roster. Is you have to kind of rebuild the NXT again. But I mean, hopefully they'll get her on the main roster at some point. I just don't know what they'll do with her on the main roster. But next, we get a Asuka video package or a music video, or I don't know. I didn't like this. I felt like this was really distracting, because it was like, am I watching a music video or am I watching highlights of Asuka? You need to pick one. And, let me know, because, I could rock out to the song. I could enjoy a nice music video, or I could watch, some highlights of Asuka. I can't do both. I can't do it. My brain don't work that way. I can't do it. Any thoughts on the whatever this was thing?
I actually liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool. Plus Asuka is the best in the world. So, I need Asuka on my screen every single week to solidify to the people out there that she's the best. But anyway, I like this. She is.
Is
She's
she
a
the
champ.
best in the world at what she does?
I, I would say she is. She's the best in the world at what she does, and the best in the world at the same time. It's like it's crazy, man. It's crazy, what she does. But I definitely I like this because it was one of those things that it kind of mixed both of the things where it was a music video, but it was also highlights. Because a lot of times you won't see highlights without music anyway. So whatever. They do it a lot with on ESPN. And I know they do a lot with it. I can't remember what the DJ what his name is, but I know he does a lot of that stuff with like Ray Lewis and guys like that. Especially when players start to get big and start to get like hit that superstardom level, they start to kind of throw that in there. I definitely I liked it. I thought it was cool seeing Oscar kind of. I like when they throw in the highlights of the house shows too. I think that's cool. Um, Kind of something I wish they would adopt with the main roster a little bit more. I'll talk about it later when we get to the Finn Balor Joe segment.
Yeah. Next we got our first official No Way Jose interview. I didn't know what to think about this. I mean, I want to like No Way Jose, but I don't know. There's something about it that just I don't know. What did you think of the interview?
It was okay. I just feel like the whole like dancing gimmick kind of ties his hands a little bit. Because obviously when you cut a promo, do an interview or whatever, you have to stay in character. So that's kind of hard. And I think it's even harder than what Fandango's dealing with. Because he has a similar gimmick. I think Fandango works with it a little bit better than No Way Jose does. He's been doing it for a little bit longer anyway. But I think I'm just wondering, because my only issue with this is I know it's not gonna last. I don't know why they keep trying these dancing gimmicks over and over and over again, hoping they'll last. It'll last in NXT because the fans will get behind it because that's kind of what it's all about. But then when it gets to the main roster, it won't last because the fans got behind Fandango, the fans got behind Adam Rose, and it didn't help them on the main roster. So that's kind of my thing with it. Like I know I always say that we should go into these things with an open mind because it's technically to a certain degree some of them are supposed to fail. But when you've seen it fail time and time again, that's like Vince saying, let's start another XFL, guys. Let's do it. No, like why would you do that? It already failed. Why try it again? I guess try again. Yeah. That's fine. But I'm just wondering. Like my issue with this is I know it's gonna fail because of just what the gimmick is.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about with the XFL. That was some good good football.
He hate me though. He hate me.
Best football player of all time. He hate me. Anyway, we got an interview with Carmella talking about her boys killing it on the main roster. And
yeah, I know we are, man. We every week, man. Every week we come out there and we steal the show.
I mean, no, but she was talking about Enzo and Cass though. She wasn't talking about it this time. She but she said, don't worry. Her boy Enzo, he gonna be back before he be back, or something like that. I don't know. Something like he'll be back. He'll be back. At some time. In the future. But anyway, so it's cool. But she says her goal now is to become the NXT Women's Champion. So I'm excited. I really hope they give her a push. They actually give her a push and keep going with it. And don't kind of give up on it. But any thoughts on the interview before we get into the match?
Yeah, my issue is if that's the goal, do it. She's been saying this for like a month now, and now they're like, "Oh, let's start the push."
That's she got build up. She got build it up. She can't
She's,
just.
she's already like my issue is she was already this close anyway with the Bayley match. So why didn't they just keep building it off of that instead of saying, "Oh, let's start over"? That's like me on my computer writing a paper and saying, "You know what? I'm gonna cut my computer off and then I'm gonna come back and hope it's there." It's not gonna be. It's gonna be not there. So I'm just saying, you know.
But see, she could have got it with Bayley, but you know, doing a face versus a face, it doesn't work. So she got wait. She had to wait, and she going after Nia Jax. That's what,
But but
or Dana
but
Brooke, even though
I,
Dana
I'm just I'm,
Brooke,
that's true. That is true. She is on the main thing. But I mean, I'm just wondering, like, so if Carmella came this close to beating Bayley, and then Bayley beats Nia Jax, that's already a build right there. Why couldn't they just use it? I'm just saying. I mean, I know you don't want to admit fault in NXT right now, but you know, I will. I will tell you that NXT is frustrating me to no end with this. And don't get me wrong, I know they got to do their whole thing with like, takeover is much longer away, but I feel like this will be the perfect time to help WWE in booking a feud and making it last longer and making it elongated. I think that that's just my personal opinion. You know, just saying.
yeah. He just saying. He's just saying. So we got Carmella versus Peyton Royce. Um, I still don't get Peyton Royce's gimmick. Um, although I wish I was that second and top rope that she was climbing on and putting her leg around and sorry, I went to a place there for a second. But yeah, I just I like Peyton Royce. I do. I feel like she has a gimmick that you know it has something to it. There's just that little bit missing that kind of pulls it together or ties it together. I like kind of where they're going with it a little bit. It's just it doesn't have that little that little extra to just tie it together and really let you know exactly what it is. But I mean, I like her, so I'm excited. I hope she's one of the women in NXT that they start to build up. Because there's been a bunch that kind of have been floating around. Haven't really gotten a push, but have regularly been shown on NXT, like Peyton Royce. But I did enjoy this match. Like I said earlier, I really hope they do start to give Carmella that push. And I just hope that they, like I said, work on Peyton Royce's gimmick a little bit more and, build her up as, a legitimate competitor in NXT. Because I think she could definitely, be added into that, sort of not necessarily the title picture yet, but definitely kind of be in the running for it at some point. Maybe, the next in line after Carmella finally wins it, but they definitely need to build up the younger women in NXT too, kind of like they're trying to do with the men in NXT. But thoughts on the match?
I definitely like the match. I thought it was pretty good. I do like that they did give Peyton Royce a character. But my main issue is I don't understand how we as fans can get mad at Elias Sampson for not understanding his gimmick, but then Peyton Royce has a gimmick that doesn't make any sense either. But because she's hot, oh, it's fine. Because she can balance herself on the rope upside down, it's fine. Because she has that cute little flower, it's fine, right? Like I'm just curious because we do this all the time. We do this all the time. We do. You do. You do this all the time. You hate Elias Sampson, but Peyton Royce, you're like, I like it. I don't get it, but I like it. Elias Sampson, I don't get it. I hate him. He sucks.
I don't necessarily say that. I say I don't get it. They need to develop it, or I'm going to continue to hate him. That's completely different. That is completely different. If they develop it, I will hate him less, but still probably hate him because I don't like him in general. But anyway, it's nothing personal. I just don't like him, which is personal, but it's not full.
And then another one. Ty Dillinger has a perfect gimmick, but you won't give him a chance.
Michael Tarver is a good man. His mama or his daddy or some is
I don't even know. So the point is invalid.
He's a good man, and you hating him because he's more successful than other people that have failed in WWE. I don't. He was in the Nexus. That's why you mad, because he was in the Nexus. Yeah.
He didn't belong.
He did. He did belong. But anyway, we get a clip from of Samoa Joe and Finn Balor battling at a house show in Portland, Oregon, where it has been announced that at TakeOver, the championship will be defended in a steel cage. So it'll be the first ever steel cage match in NXT, which is exciting. Steel cage matches are always good. I feel like I feel like it's been a while since we've actually seen a steel cage match in WWE. Just a steel cage match, not Hell in a Cell, not any other special type of match, just a regular steel cage match where you either climb over the top and escape or escape out the door or whatever. It feels like it's been a long time since we've seen one, so that's kind of exciting, and since it's for the NXT championship, that's kind of makes it even more exciting, I guess. But any thoughts on the segment or stuff?
Yeah, I like that they used kind of social media to build this, because I think it was posted on the Facebook page, probably posted on YouTube somewhere too. I didn't see it on social media, so I want to fault their promotion for that. I want to fault the number of shares it had or something. For that, I think that that like wrestling fans just need to see it. You know what I mean? Just to kind of build it up even more, because I think with social media, it's practically free to advertise if you want it to be. But I think definitely it's going to be a fun thing. I like the build to this. I like that they even use the house show to build on it. I think that should happen more often. Just because that's one of those things where like house shows are fun to go to because they have those matches that you don't expect to see, and they have title matches and have this and that. But they also continue the feuds on house shows. But they don't always go with the same flow of the feud. So I feel like they should do that more often. They should definitely, because then that makes the house shows even more important. That makes you want to go. If there's a house show in Pennsylvania, Casey's going to want to go definitely now, because they might build up AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn on this show. You know what I mean? I just feel like they should definitely use these house shows a little bit more if they're not going to put them on the network like we want. They should definitely build feuds through this house shows. Not every single house show. It doesn't need to be every single house show, but at times, maybe once a month, build something with a feud on a house show. I think that would definitely keep the fans interested, especially in house shows. Just my personal opinion, but I'm definitely excited for the steel cage match. I think it's gonna be good. Finn Balor's been in every specialty match that NXT's ever had, it seems like. So he's gonna keep this streak going, I suppose. I'm excited. I want to see what they're gonna do, especially with NXT. You never really know what's gonna happen. So.
Yeah. But anyway, next we got Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. I was excited, versus the losers that didn't even get an entrance. Rob Risen and Danny Burch. You know, like I said, it's always good to see Ciampa and Gargano. You know, even in jobber matches like this, where but you know, for a sort of jobber match or a match where these guys, like I said, didn't even get an entrance, I felt like this was actually a fun match to watch. It was, you know, I felt like, you know, you walked away from this match, you know, having seen an actually really good tag team match. It wasn't just a complete, you know, waste of a match to, you know, put over a team or something like that. Even though I feel like, you know, that they're still not sure what they want to do with Ciampa and Gargano. I don't know what's up with their contracts yet. I know for a while they were still on kind of temporary contracts because they were still working with other promotions. I don't know if they're done with, you know, the indie promotions finally and they're officially just in WWE now. But I definitely would like to see them built up. If nothing else, put them together as a tag team and have them go for the tag team championships. You know, that would be cool. But this was a good match. I thought it was funny. We got a Terror Rising chant during this match for Rob Risen. If you guys don't know, that was Triple H's first gimmick, Terror Rising. So that was kind of funny. You know, they had a bunch of other chants, but that was one of the ones that kind of made me laugh a little bit. But thoughts on this match? Also, Tommaso Ciampa rocking the playoff beard. Just throwing that out there.
You know, the NBA playoffs are in full swing, so I get it. But I definitely, you know, I was excited because we've seen Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano even job out to people, it seems like, you know, although we do know them. But still, you know, for people who just kind of watch WWE or just haven't really watched Ring of Honor or anything else, you know, they wouldn't necessarily know. But with this match, you know, finally got to see Ciampa and Gargano actually job someone else out, so that was freaking cool. I was excited. My only concern is there is a extreme lack of running knees in Tommaso Ciampa's moveset, and I am upset. I am upset, WWE. Don't take what makes Ciampa great to me. That's one of my favorite moves that he does. Is that those running knees? All of them, all 1 million of them that he does a match. I love it. I love it with a passion. But it was kind of cool to see that they were that someone was jobbing to them because maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe they're gonna do something with the tag team champions now against them because freaking American Alpha's facing who at Takeover? Do you know?
The Revival.
The Revival, and those are kind of the only two teams around the tag team title picture right now. Because as much as we love the Hype Bros, apparently WWE doesn't. Because Zack Ryder's in it. Because you know, screw that guy. And I think obviously Enzo and Cass are on the main roster, so that takes them out of it. So you know, I could see them potentially building something with them. I don't know if they're actually on the roster yet officially, but I hope so. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this.
Yeah. So, and like DJ said, American Alpha will be facing the Revival for the tag team championships at Takeover, which is cool. Build up the tag team, you know, championship picture again. You know, maybe from now till then, debut some more tag teams, build up the division in NXT a little bit more, just because, like you said, American Alpha and the Revival are really the only established tag teams right now, really around the tag team titles in NXT. But the main event of the evening, I'm gonna give to DJ because I haven't given him a match. He's gonna get Bayley and one of the huge ladies, Nia Jax.
Oh, you're the worst. You're the absolute worst. But anyway, Nia Jax versus Bayley. I was excited going into this match because I like watching Nia Jax in the ring. Just because she's, you know, just different. There's something about her that's different. Darn it. There's something about her that's just different. And I like it. I wish they would do something with her entrance though, because I like it, but it's not intense enough for me. Like I like the whole like like the thing with the entrance video on the screen, then it goes to her. I like that a lot, but I just feel like it's not intense enough. For it just looks to me like she's lost on her way to the ring. Like I don't know what it is because I feel like for somebody who has a presence such as hers, she shouldn't be. She shouldn't even look lost going to the ring. She should look like more intense to me. That's I mean, because she's intense when she gets in the ring, but it's just like on the way down there. I don't know if they just don't work that out or if they're like, this is fine. It's not. Change that. But anyway, I thought this match was good. I like the storytelling of it. It made a lot of sense. Nia Jax being dominant because she's Nia Jax, and Bayley trying to lock in that guillotine because that's still in Nia's head that, oh, I got beat by that last time. So the storytelling in this match was really good. I really enjoyed it. Nia would reverse the guillotine, and that ended up kind of sealing the fate for Bayley because once Bayley got down, Nia Jax was not giving up. She hit the leg drop to the back of the head. She stomped on her arm. She did everything she could do to kind of put Bayley out, I guess. But I definitely enjoyed the match. I thought it was good, and I think it made a lot of sense. Right now with them not really knowing what to do with Bayley, kind of put her, have that kind of grudge match between them, or maybe even a grudge feud. I guess you could even do with that. Wouldn't be a bad idea if they needed something to do with Bayley if they're not bringing her up right now. Um, I'm kind of curious if they're planning on doing a two-time champion at some point, because I guess they could do that with Bayley just because there's so much congestion up in the main roster with the women's division right now. There's a lot of people and not enough usage being done. I feel like Becky Lynch is one of those people. Obviously Sasha for some reason because don't even know why they bring these people up if they're just not gonna use them. Because I mean, at least Becky was in the feud with Emma slash Dana Brooke. At least they gave her something. You know what I mean? Because I mean, just for a while, she came in and everyone was loving her, and she had freaking like basically made a name for herself in NXT, and then they kind of just were like, Charlotte versus Sasha, Charlotte versus Sasha, Charlotte versus Sasha. Then they threw that away to go Charlotte versus Natalia. So now I just feel like they're kind of in the background, and it sucks because they're Becky and Sasha are really talented, and they deserve to kind of be in the forefront a little bit more. But any thoughts on the match or what I just said?
Well, as far as what you just said, I feel like, and this kind of, not to go back to the Attitude Era, because the Attitude Era was so much better, but I feel like a problem, at least with the women's division, is when we have storylines, we only have the one storyline. It's only the women's championship or the NXT women's championship storyline. They could do multiple storylines, not having to do with the title, and give these women, chances to have storylines and matches. It doesn't always have to be for the championship. Back again in the Attitude Era, even not in the women's division, there were storylines that had nothing to do with championships. There were storylines that were just good storylines. And it's like WWE doesn't, just in general, like doesn't do that anymore. I mean,
one thing I think that they should do too that would be cool, and WWE never does this. I know Ring of Honor does it a nice chunk of times, and TNA does it every once in a while. Is like series. I think they should do that more because I think that would just be good if someone like debuted and they were going against someone and they were trying to prove themselves. Then that gives them both a chance to kind of have some good matches against each other and prove themselves to the fans, which I think would help that transitional period from NXT to the main roster too. Um, because I think that just gives you something where you don't necessarily need a storyline, but still you can still put as many people out there. Because I still don't understand why Dana Brooke and because I know Dana Brooke's just debuting, but still I don't understand why her and Becky Lynch aren't on the pay-per-view. Like just let the even on the kickoff show. That's what it's for. You know, if you, I mean, like, if you feel like they're not ready for the pay per view yet, because obviously Dana Brooke just debuted on the main roster, then put them on the kickoff show and quit putting all these people who have worked their butt off for years and years and years on the main roster on the kickoff show.
Yeah, I mean, I think also it would help, like a show like Raw. I know we still complain, even though it's been getting better. We still complain that it's a 3-hour Raw and there's too many segments, and there's too many backstage segments and in-ring segments, blah blah blah, not enough matches. If they put on more matches, then you could fill up that 3-hour show. And it's been proven, like, even not with 3-hour shows, but even with 2-hour shows or 1-hour shows, when you have more wrestling, the show goes by so much quicker, to the point where you're like, wow, that time went by so quickly. If they did that with Raw, that 3 hours would go by so quick, and it wouldn't drag, and we wouldn't complain all the time. And so many more of their superstars and women would get a chance to actually wrestle, and you would, get a chance to, people would see who they want to see. So you would sell more tickets. It would give you an opportunity to make more t-shirts and sell more t-shirts and things like that. It doesn't make sense. It's like your job hiring 10 people and then not using them, but still paying them. What's the point? What is the point of having all these people that you're not going to use? It just doesn't make any sense, especially when they're not injured. They're not suspended or anything like that. You're just not using them. But anyway, in the match, yeah, it was good. I got off track there for a second. Yeah, I liked it. I feel like with both, in a way, Nia Jax and Emma, they kind of, or not Emma, Bayley, I feel like both of them, they kind of don't know really what they're doing with them right now. So, putting them in this grudge match was a good idea. It's just, what are they going to do with them now? More so Bayley, because I feel like they're going to put Nia Jax eventually. I don't know if they'll necessarily give her the title, but I think they'll put her in the title picture. And as for the, I know they always tease the, 2-time champion, and we've never had a 2-time champion in NXT. But I feel like if they were ever going to do it, I think either Bayley or Finn Balor could be legitimate, 2-time champions. They're arguably probably two of the most popular champions NXT has had. I think definitely, other than Sami Zayn, I think that Finn Balor is definitely one of the most popular NXT champions that NXT has had. And Bayley is definitely, one of the most popular women's champions that, NXT has had. So I could see, if they were going to do it, I could see either one of them, winning the championship again. I don't think it would be necessarily a long run. But I could see them winning the championship again for maybe a month or two, and then dropping it at the next takeover or on a house show, because apparently that's going to start happening again. But yeah, that was your NXT review for this week. Like I said, wasn't the best show, but it was a good show. It was fun to watch. It built up more of the storylines and feuds and things like that, that we're building up towards the next takeover. But make sure to like the video, subscribe, follow on the Twitter, share the video, do all that stuff that we ask you to do, and you do it because you love us. And if you don't, you're just bad people. You're bad people. You're bad people if you don't do it. Think about the puppies. Think about the puppies. I don't know what that means, but puppies are cute and they would want you to do it. But anyway, we will be back hopefully tomorrow for TNA. I know both of us are going to be really busy this weekend until Sunday. Obviously, Sunday is Extreme Rules. So we'll have that on Sunday. But hopefully we'll get TNA out tomorrow, because then we'll be too busy Friday and Saturday. So yeah. But we will see you on the dippity flippity ippity kippity thing with the stuff. Also, Alexa, if you're watching this, I got you. I got you. Like I said, I could do both team. I could hot tag myself. I could get in there. I could win the titles. I got you. I got you.